Well, I'm here at Burnside Bridge, as it's come to be known, because General Ambrose Burnside, who would one day command the Union Army, who commanded that day the Union 9th Corps, was given the task of crossing the Antietam Creek here at this bridge. And it's well known through history, if you've studied the history of the Battle of Antietam at all, that it took several hours, most of the morning and into the afternoon, before Burnside was able to take this position, and mostly because there were some Georgians across the creek, just a couple hundred of them, who held off several Union brigades, boys from New York and Pennsylvania, Connecticut, Maryland, New Hampshire, all attempted multiple times to cross this bridge and failed. And if you wondered how it is that a few hundred Georgians could hold off multiple Union brigades, you need only look at the bridge and how narrow it is and how steep the hill is on the other side. And I'll shoot some video of that and you'll see why. The bridge is very narrow, first of all. It's just been recently remodeled. In the last couple of months, I think they had the grand reopening of it, or maybe they're having that this week yet, I'm not sure. As you can see, it's very narrow. You're only going to get maybe 5 or 6 men across at a time. And then it's really steep up the other side. I mean, even with a paved path that is sloped around and nobody shooting at me, I find it's very tiresome to walk up that on an April day like today. But you can imagine in the middle of September, right at the end of summer, charging across this, men with guns, a battery of artillery up at the top of the hill, all firing down on you as you attempt to cross this bridge. You can see why it was so easy for those Georgians to hold the position as long as they did. Pretty neat view to see this sketch that was made that shows what the battle looked like, because you're standing at almost the identical vantage point. Men were originally buried right here. Imagine being a Union soldier and this is your vantage point. There are hundreds of Confederates up at the top of that ridge shooting down on you, and you have to cross. And you have to walk up the other side. There's only just maybe 5 or 6 of you at most across, hundreds deep, coming across this creek. Probably dead bodies all over. If you were one of the subsequent waves that came across, this bridge would have just been filled with bodies, and you would have been stepping over them to get to where you needed to be. I can't even imagine what that was like. This is the vantage point that 500 Georgians had, looking down as 5,000 Union troops massed along that side. And they held them for over 4 hours. They finally ran low on ammunition, and some of the Union forces down a couple hundred yards further down the creek from here were able to cross at a shallow point and threaten the flank of the troops. And that combination of running low on ammo, being exhausted from defending for 4 hours, and being threatened on their flank finally led General Toombs and his men to have to withdraw from this position, and the Union took the position early in the afternoon on September 17th. But you can imagine what it must have been like, these Georgians just firing down, the courage that it must have taken for those Union troops coming across that bridge.